these parts stick out differently than these.
A little bit. So what we're looking at right now is the KYB Strut Plus assembly SR4515 and the factory coilover shock that came with the vehicle. So what we'll be doing is obviously replacing the factory with the KYB Plus Strut Plus assembly. As you saw in the last video, it took about 5 minutes of struggling and 135 pounds of pressure and a very long pry bar to go ahead and get that factory out. So I will tell you now that the struggle to get the new one in is about the same. Now, one thing you can be mindful of is that the 3 bolts that are on the top, that piece moves a little bit, and it doesn't move the coils, but that piece on top is a little adjustable, and you saw me adjust it with my small pry bar to get the other one out. So just want to let y'all know that you may have to move that a little bit as you're putting it into or in between the trail arm and the upper shock tower. So we are going to go ahead and get this party started. We'll go ahead and reposition the light. There we go. I'll get my big head in the way here in a minute. We'll move that. Again, these struts are easily 25, 30, 40 pounds, not real sure. I just know they're heavy as all get out whenever you're trying to force them into the truck. So be mindful of that. All right. So we're going to start off with it positioned pretty much exactly like it's supposed to be as it goes in the top of the shock tower. You have 1 bolt in the back, 2 in the front. We have our bolts that came with the shocks. Go ahead and open that up. These are 15 millimeter as well, so they are the same size as the Ford nuts. Now the way I'm going to do this is the way I'm going to attempt to do this is to put the bottom of the shock in position, put the placeholder, not the bolt, but the small placeholder, which gives me the adjustment that I need, into the bottom trail arm, and then I will have to pry the upper portion of this strut into the shock tower. That is my plan. We will see how it goes. Yes, please. Let it. Seems the lower part of my shock is kind of jammed in there, so I don't want to move the coils any. Go ahead and apply pressure some. There we go. So, all right, let up some. All right, so that is now in there. So what I'm going to do is attempt to lift this up and get some of these bolts started. What I might be doing, there's only about, if I remember correctly, 39 pounds of foot torque, and I will double check that before we finish this video. But at this point, we're really just raising